Welcome back to Every Disney Movie Ever. My name is Jess and I'm watching Every Disney Movie Ever. Today I'm going to be talking about Black Beauty. Black Beauty is a 2020 Disney Plus original release about a horse and her life and the bond she has with a human girl. It is written, edited, and directed by Ashley Avis, cinematography by David Procter, and music by Guillaume Roussel. It is based off a book of the same name by Anna Sewell. Not a huge summary, it just says autobiographical memoir from the POV of the horse. Starts with the carefree days as a foal, pulling cabs in London, to a happy retirement. Just kind of a blow by blow. The film stars Kate Winslet as Black Beauty, Mackenzie Foy as Joe Green, Lain Glen as John Manley, and Calam Lynch as George Winthrop. It was announced in May of 2019 and they started filming in October of 2019 in South Africa. It's got a $24 million budget. Disney got distribution in July of 2020 from Constantin Film. It was released in November of 2020 on Disney Plus, and it's got a 48% Rotten Tomatoes consensus. Unable to rein in the complexities of its source material, Black Beauty struggles to gallop out of the paddock. It's a very beautiful movie. Their use of the sun is really well done. It's gorgeous. There's nothing else to say. Very sweet and soft. It was appropriate for the film, evoked the right emotions. This is obviously an interesting thing to take on. The source material is an autobiographical book from the point of view of a horse, so there's really no way to do this film without the voiceover, and so they've done voiceover to tell the story. I don't hate it. I don't hate the voiceover for the horse to tell the story. It's better than making the horse's damn mouth, right? Like, okay. What I do think is I think they were a little like over the head, over the top with it. I think they explain things a little too much instead of just, I don't know. It just felt really weird to hear some of the stuff that Beauty would say, instead of just like having some dialogue that she was actively thinking, instead of just like her telling the story, but also I'm sure the book is telling the story. I don't know. I think it would have been more interesting if we had like in the moment active thoughts from Beauty instead of Beauty's telling the story, so she's telling us what she felt at that time instead of us just experiencing what she was feeling at that time. I don't know. It felt very like weird and like it was trying so hard to be deep and meaningful and slow and, you know, resonate, and it just is a little off the mark. It felt between connecting with this horse and a documentary. I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say, other than it's weird to hear it as her telling the story instead of just like, let us hear what the horse is thinking, and then like, let's experience all of it with the horse, instead of like her being like, I was scared at this time. And it's like, well, sure. Instead of hearing like, what do I do? How do I get out of this? Maybe if I could do this, I'll get out. And like, I don't know, dude. It was just a little like, I think I would have made other choices, but I understand that the book is like the horse telling the story, like an autobiography, so I get that's what they were going for, but I feel like that translates weird to a movie. The second half, way stronger than the first half. The first half is really slow going. It's a little bit like, I don't like people, and I showed them, and like all this kind of stuff. The second half is very like plot heavy, which made it way easier to get lost in the story instead of just like sitting there. And then because we're with the horse, we don't get a lot of time with Joe and everything Joe has gone through. Like, Joe lost her parents, and it feels like they kind of just glaze over that because she's having some connection with this horse, which I love horses. I think they're so cute and so pretty, and they're wise beyond their years and minds. And in another life, maybe I'm a horse girl, but not this one. And I feel like it's trying to, like, talk about the connection a human can have with an animal, which is 100%. Absolutely. But it just, I don't know. It goes about a little weird, and it didn't have me until the second half. The second half, because of the plot, was really interesting. I mean, this horse goes from being a wild Mustang to being caught by these people who round up horses so that they can sell them, basically, but they're nasty and gnarly. And she gets rescued and taken to Birtwick, which is a horse rescue and rehabilitation. And then she gets leased out to the Winthrops, which is like a rich family who does like dressage, racing, etc. And then Birtwick, you know, goes out of business. So then she gets, you know, put out and for sale, and a man who does a lot of rescue work takes her, and they do a bunch of rescue work for 2 years, and then he can't do it anymore, so he sells her to a farm who says, you know, we'll take good care of her. The farm doesn't take good care of her, so then she becomes a carriage horse in New York City in this movie. In the book, it sounds like London, but she becomes, you know, like a Central Park horse in New York City, where she's like really not treated well once the one family has problems. And then she like gets found by Joe, and Joe had like saved Birtwick and restarted it and blah blah blah. So like it's all about her life, and the whole first half is just her time, like her first time at Birtwick and some of Winthrop, and then the second half is Winthrop, rescue, farm, Central Park, saving. Like there's so much more that happens in the second half that makes it like more enthralling, I guess. And I cried when Joe and her finally reunited, because it was like freaking finally. Like, she's been through a ton. She's probably too old to do anything. Like, so I did cry when they got reunited, because it was like she was about to get like freaking killed. So I was glad that didn't happen. And then it was nice to hear that Joe saved the other horses as well. So I got super emotional too when she saw Ginger for the last time. Ugh, that was super sad. No thanks. My favorite part is definitely the reunion, like I've already pretty much said. My least favorite part is her almost going to a slaughterhouse. That was sad, and also Ginger. That was also sad. Watch again? I don't think so. Recommend? I also don't think so. I know I cried, but I'm me. I'm emotionally affected by a lot of things. Just because I cried doesn't mean it's like a masterpiece of a movie I think everybody should see. I just am full of empathy, I guess. I don't know. I don't think anyone needs to watch it. It's fine. If you like horses, sure, give it a watch. But otherwise, like, you could watch other things. I'm so serious. Final rating's gonna be 7 because of technical things, let's be clear. 7 horses, Mustangs specifically, out of 10, our total movie count is. Our parent death toll is. Our cry count is. If you want to keep up with what movie I'm watching when, follow me on all socials and check out my website. My website's cool. I put up videos every Monday and Friday and sometimes Wednesday, but lately it's been every Wednesday. Join Patreon. The got a tier starting at just $1. You get every video a week early. Tiers above that, daily trivia, monthly postcards, bonus content, etc. Buy merch. Merch is great. Merch is great. Until next time, come subscribe to an extra your life you are. So you do you, and don't be any of the people that abuse the horse.